Hey guys, welcome back to the 164 show. My name is Peter, I am your host, and in this show we do everything to do with 164 ratio diecast cars. And whether you're into Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Inno64, or anything else in between that I can get my hands on, and also actually give me a recommendation. Put it in the comments, send me a message. Let me know what you want to see and what type of unique 164 ratio cars that you think will look great, or if you are curious of what it actually looks like before committing to purchase. I'll get my hands on it and I'll review it and tell you what it's all about. The more obscure, the better. So before we get on to today's content, I just want to tell you more about the promotion that we're running with diecastcollectibles.co.nz. So if you are based in New Zealand, if you're a fellow Kiwi and you're looking to buy some diecast for 164 ratio toy cars for yourself or for your friend or family, diecastcollectibles.co.nz is running a partnership sale for this month in November and the first 2 weeks of December. Until the 13th of December is 10% off your order. So go to diecastcollectibles.co.nz, support the show and support a local Kiwi diecast seller as well. And one last plug-in is 100 subscribers giveaway. We have a little bit to go, so if you haven't subscribed and you're watching and you like the content, hell, even if you don't like the content, just give me a subscribe because we're going to do 100 subscriber giveaway. So when we hit the 80 mark, I'll let you know what this subscribe giveaway is going to be, and it'll be open to anyone around the world. So we will do an international shipping, so whether you're based in the US, UK, Europe, Asia, wherever you are, you get a chance to win as long as you're subscribed. But do stay tuned. So if you are following Instagram and TikTok, stay tuned for that announcement. Okay, so let's get into today's content. So as part of this partnership promotion with Diecast Collectibles, they've actually sent me a box load of interesting Hot Wheels items that's quite obscure, so not necessarily cars, and things that I may not have seen or you may not have seen that we can talk about today. So it's a box that I haven't opened. It's just been sitting here for the last couple of maybe a week or two. As you know, there's global pandemic and there's not a lot of conventions going on, but in the US there happens to be the LA convention that actually happened a couple of weeks ago. So unfortunately I couldn't get myself to get the convention cars. I actually did miss out. I was just on the fence for too long and it sold out. So I got the next best thing, and it did arrive. So let's cover that off first, and then we get onto the box of the goodies. All right, so this is the 35th LA Convention's goodie bag. So obviously it's not a car. But if you've never been to an overseas convention, or if you haven't been to the LA convention and you live in the US, you might be curious what actually comes in the goodie bags that you get when you go to or attend the events. So it comes in a nice, I don't think it's waterproof. No, it's not waterproof. Definitely not. It's a bag. It's a red bag this time. And it does say 35th Annual Los Angeles, California, LA Collectors Convention, October 6th to 10th. So I'm recording this on the, what is it today, 16th of November, so it's over a month ago. So my apologies, but only arrived a couple of days ago, this one. So in the bag, we get, I assume this is a cloth. Yep, it's a cloth of some sort. Alright, so the cloth with the logo of the convention, 35th LA Hot Wheels Collectors Convention. I don't know, it's a cloth, so maybe it's good to clean your display cars, but don't know. Sorry organizers, but it was really hard to get excited for a cloth. Okay, what else do we get? Okay, so we get You get a torch. And the torch is, once again, obviously the Hot Wheels Collectors Convention on the 35th. And it has the contact details with the date. And you get a little notebook, Official Collectors Convention and Nationals. Remember that the conventions that is held is not actually run by Mattel. Mattel obviously supports it, and there's a lot of staff from Mattel comes to support the conventions, but it's not actually a Mattel event. And the last thing here that I can see is the official booklet. So without further ado, let's see what's inside. So we have a door sign. I guess when you go for a store, maybe, because it says sorry we're closed, please come back, yes we're open. So I guess in light of the pandemic and things, there's a lot of stores may like close down or want to know when people want to know when they're open or not. Not sure if that's really relevant for a Hot Wheels convention. Okay, a lot of paperwork, and there's some timelines here. So not particularly interesting, but the only thing that is interesting that stood out to me right now is the autograph schedule. And as I mentioned, these are not Mattel sponsored events or Mattel events, but they're got their blessing. So let's actually get into the contents of the box that was sent by Diecast Collectibles. And I believe it's a couple of boxes. So we open the very first one. So this looks like some iron-on badges. So let me bring these out a little bit. They are in the Ziploc bag, so hopefully they can be brought up. So these badges from 2005. Interesting. Some Hot Wheels shoelaces, and these are from 2003. Some Hot Wheels playing cards, and there is a 50-piece puzzle with the Shark Park. So if you are, or if you've been playing Hot Wheels since the early 2000s, you might remember that set. I was actually wondering when I first opened it what this was. This is an FM radio, going old school, 2001. So Hot Wheels branded. Who was it manufactured by? Hard to tell. So this one actually doesn't have barcodes on it. There's no unique identifiers. So I assume they weren't actually sold in the retail stores, and they were used for giveaways or used in events. Oh, this is interesting. So this is a 2002 Hot Wheels guide. Let's see what it's all about. Flip through a few pages. Oh yeah, so it's going through as expected all of the different cars from 2002. So if you were a collector from those days, see, he's even taken notes in the guide. So definitely an avid collector. Good on you, Richard. So what did he write? So for a 68 Cougar, green Cougar, he's taking some notes as what roof variation there is. That's fantastic. Oh, a 2003 guide. So he's been doing this every year. Alright, so let's look at some treasure hunts. They had the 68 Cougar as a treasure hunt that year, number 4. Porsche 959, which I believe, yeah, I have that there. The silver 959 treasure hunt. Cadillac Eldorado, Plymouth Barracuda, which I also have that. Some cool American muscle. Look at that. The Bonneville and Steel Flame, obviously a fantasy. But some cool castings that year. What year was this? 2004 Collector's Guide as well. Let's look at some interesting ones. Let's look at the treasure hunts. Once again, 65 Pontiac Bonneville in purple with the flames. What are those? Well, he had it. There's a Cadillac Sian. Another car that I never knew existed. Yep, super smooth. Another one that I personally have and quite like. It's like a very old school hot rod style pickup truck, like the Fords. And the rest was all like fantasy cars. Tantrum, Audacious, his trusty clock. So that's the Hot Wheels clock that he always uses from his online auctions. So this is actually quite cool. I'm going to bring it up in the close-up. There's a spanner as the hour clock. And I wonder if there's a screwdriver for the minute clock. And check this out. This is an inflatable chair. Obviously sealed from 2008. So there's no picture of what it actually looks like. But it's another assumption that it's something that I can blow up and it sits like a sofa. Is this a guidebook? Yes, it's a 1995 collector's guide. Check this out. Wow. So in 1995, they didn't have any treasure hunt. So I believe that treasure hunt came out in 1996, maybe the year or two afterwards. And oh no, my apologies, they did have treasure hunts in 95. That's maybe it was a few years before. Anyway, so the treasure hunt, just a random page. The Hot Wheels Race Team series in 95. Oldsmobile 442 was their treasure hunt. Check this out. This is actually very high quality. I feel very privileged to have one in my hands. There was a new casting that year. It was the Mercedes 500. I don't think they do that casting anymore. May have phased out. This series, there's a treasure hunt called Gold Fever, which I believe I may have. Not so sure. I need to check. But there was a 67 Camaro in the 1995 series treasure hunt. Yep, the Darkrai series, your classic twin mill is here. And the VW Bug. Is it Beetle that was treasure hunt? That would be awesome. If you have one, and you don't mind me opening up, please do let me know. 63 split window was a treasure hunt as well in 95. That just looks like a Corvette Stingray. 10,000. Okay, so this is interesting. Back in the 90s, they would mention how many super treasure hunts or treasure hunts, because they didn't have the super at the time, was produced. And clearly 10,000 produced for this split window, and Mattel themselves say it's valuable. I'm sure it's valuable, but a bit on the nose. Okay, so we have a simple wallet. It's a Hot Wheels wallet. Man, you would have been looking so cool back in 1999 with a Hot Wheels wallet. Let's see what this is. So rolling out poster. So he has obviously put it up, there's blue tack everywhere. But, check this out. There's a 2006 collector's guide. And the coolest of them all was a 1995 guide. That booklet was actually quite nice. It's nicely finished. And it broke down everything, how many was produced. I still can't believe only 10,000 for the whole world was produced. And my gut feeling tells me like 80% of that would be all in the US. So if you were in the 90s kid, a lucky bugger. Because you got some really cool cars in the US back then. Alright, so that was some interesting Hot Wheels and also that goodie bag from the convention back in October. I hope you had fun going through the history, the last 3 decades of Hot Wheels stuff. Crazy, 3 decades already. And going through some unique stuff like some wallets. Maybe not interesting, maybe they were, but I thought they were fascinating look back at some history. Thank you for joining me for this video, and as I mentioned before, do follow us on Instagram and also TikTok. There's some interesting and some different type of videos I do up there, more unboxings and sometimes challenges. And once again, thank you so much to diecastcollectibles.co.nz for providing us with a look back into memory lane of Hot Wheels. And also remember to get your orders in for Diecast Collectibles before the 13th of December and get 10% off by using the discount code, the 164 show, all in one word, no caps lock, and to get 10% off your order. Get subscribing, tell your friends about the 164 show, and thank you so much for viewing and watching today. See you.
Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney.